All right, I'm back. More career mode gameplay. I will tell you right off the bat, this one is a little weird. Okay, this is France. This is Paul Ricard. And this is a track that I generally enjoy driving. So this is a race that I'm pretty excited about. I feel like I have the AI pretty well dialed in, which we show that right about here, actually. We have it set at 92, and that is based off just how we were looking in practice and qualifying versus my teammate and versus the other cars on the grid. And I felt like this was a pretty good number. So I was happy with that. I think that's a good number. And with usual in these career mode races, I will show you my best qualifying lap, which was actually my first qualifying lap. So there was certainly more time out there to be had. I just didn't necessarily have the ability to grasp it. So that's unfortunate. But you see me go purple through the first sector since I'm like the only person who's actually run a lap. And the lap ends up, I think it puts me at about P2, if I remember correctly, through the early runners, and or maybe P1, I can't remember. And then, obviously that drops a little bit, given that other guys run some laps and get some better times out there. So I will let you see the rest of the lap. And as I mentioned, this is somewhat of a weird video, and that's sort of just because of the circumstances of what happened. And you'll also see if you're just looking, it's somewhat of a short video, and you will also understand that in a time very soon. But so the lap is looking fine. It looks like Sergio Perez put up a 130.1. I'm aiming for something right along those lines. Cross the line with a 130.6. So that is P2 after the first run. Obviously, that didn't stick. I ended up P6. Ricardo ends up P8. And I feel like that's pretty good. Behind the Red Bulls, the Ferraris, and one Mercedes, that probably works for where the car is, so that's fine. You see me start off on the grid. Ricardo is right behind me. I get what I think is a decent start here. Kind of stuck with Hamilton a little bit in front of me. Could have been better, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But I got a little scared here. I brake kind of early, or lift kind of early, not really brake. And Ricardo comes to my right. I thought he had room. He clearly did not have room. He bumps me, and he spins out. So it appears that I wrecked my teammate on the second turn of the race. So that's certainly unfortunate. We certainly don't like it. He did not DNF off of that. You can see how he does. He actually ends up recovering for a points finish here. I won't ruin his finish for you if you want to see it in the final timing screen, but he does actually find a way to fight back from that, which is pretty cool. Good for the team. But there's certainly going to be a conversation in the paddock after the race between myself and the team principal and Ricardo, because I assume that the team is not going to be too happy that I wrecked Ricardo, or spun Ricardo out at least, and pretty much compromised this race. I mean, if he started P8 and ran a clean race, you would think that he would be able to at least achieve P8 in the finish. And if he manages to do that now, it's really just by his own driving skill. So it's unfortunate, but, this is not quite Rosberg Hamilton 2016, so I think we'll be okay. You see me stick with Gasly through this first lap. No DRS, obviously, but and I don't know, can't remember if I just showed it or not, but I did have a flaw in my systems. So I only have 80% battery for this race. Extended a little bit there on Gasly. It was a good thing that he backed out. I like to bully the AI a little bit, so I get up to P7 there. You see me skip ahead. There wasn't a lot of movement until I pitted after that. So I'm P7 going into the pits here. Bottas had roughly 2 seconds in front of me. Gasly had a second and a half behind me. Gasly goes into the pits with me. So we come out of the pits, and I am P16 here, it looks like. Gasly right behind me. Hamilton's already pitted. He's in front of me as well. So I'm on the mediums here. And P16, obviously that will get a little bit better as some of the guys in front pit. I think the lap 5 was the beginning of the pit window, so you would expect that we'll have some guys pit on lap 6, some guys pit on lap 7. Went way deep there, had a terrible turn back in, Gasly gained some serious time on me there. That was a very poor turn by me, and it directly opens the door for him to pass me here with some DRS. And also, I tried to bully him off the track there, and it didn't work. Again, love to bully the AI. Thought I was going to send it there for a second. Didn't do it. It's probably good that I didn't do it, because that could have been really, really bad. Although it has worked occasionally before, so I don't know. Maybe it would have worked, but it's probably for the best that I didn't try it. I do have some DRS here and some overtake. So you see me take a run at Gasly, go back to the inside, and I get through there. So that's my second time passing Gasly today. I actually have some really good racing with him. I think the AlphaTauri is probably right below us in terms of performance. So it actually gets we get some pretty good racing there with each other. So that's nice. I see him quite a bit during races out here on the track. You see me go purple through Sector 1, which is not too shabby, given I'm on the mediums. Other guys are on the soft. I was happy with that. You see me running out of ERS, though, and I actually mentioned in my last video that I watched the Yarno video, and he was talking about how under 10% ERS is where you get power output reductions. So I need to, I think, be better about using it. And actually what happened here is I forgot that it was on. I turned on ERS to overtake Gasly and then completely forgot that it was on, and it just stayed on. So I left it on for like half the lap after that or something, which obviously is not good, but probably helped me with this purple sector and then green sector too. So maybe it wasn't great, but I did directly contribute to my own good lap here. So I mean, I guess it was worth it. I don't know. But I don't necessarily like going deep into the race with essentially no ERS, so it's something that I would like to avoid. I see some more guys pitting. I go up into P7, it looks like, and set the fastest lap, which was pretty cool. It doesn't stick for long. Verstappen takes it pretty soon after. But fast forward to lap 10, and I'm doing nice. I'm P7. Don't know if I can catch signs, but all of a sudden, I get a mechanical failure. And we're done. We have to retire the car. Terminal damage. So this race really could not have gone much worse for me. Wrecked my teammate. I had to retire due to mechanical failure. It's just unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate. But of course, we will be back, and we will try to do better. And you see there the mechanical failure, but we will be back and we'll try to do better moving forward.